Showdown, the Thunder square off with the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College. Reigning CCIW Player of the Year and Player of the Week, Taryn Lee and company, look to stretch their winning streak to 5 games overall. I'll be back with you for the halftime and post-game shows, but for now, I'm going to kick it out to Noah Helm and Noah Pickens live at Chili Bean Stadium for their interpretations of tonight's action. It's the NCAA on WETN. Next. Take it away, guys.
Good evening. Thank you, Jacob, and welcome to Joe Bean Stadium for another game of Wheaton Thunder women's soccer. I'm Noah Helm, joined tonight by Noah Pickens in the second conference game of the season for the Thunder. They enter this game number 8 in the nation at 8-1-1 on the season. They'll be taking on the Elmhurst College Blue Jays, who are 5-3 entering today's game. This is actually the 14th meeting in the all-time series between Wheaton and Elmhurst College, with the Thunder holding a 12-1 advantage. The last meeting was last year, 2007. The Thunder came out victorious in that one, as they did in all of their games in 2007, 6-1. And they are actually 87-3 all-time in CCIW matches. So hopefully another win today for the Thunder. Noah, joined here by Noah Pickens. Noah, what do you think are the keys to today's game for these Wheaton women?
Well, obviously, keep up the endurance, as you should in any soccer game, but you've got to watch out always for those other key players on the opposite team that could cause some problems. You got Courtney Constantino's a junior from Strongville, Ohio, has got, let's see, I've got the records over here, has got 5 goals so far this season. And then you've also got Kelsey Caldwell, who's also got 5 goals this season. So if you just mark those key players that have got some potential for goal scoring, if you keep watch on those, mark them up well, you can tire them out and end up for a win.
Fantastic strategy. Slowing down the main guys. I like it.
Yep.
We've got both teams actually lining up now around walking towards midfield, and we're going to get the starters for you here. Let's keep in mind, coming into this game, Taryn Lee has scored in 5 consecutive games. So she's looking for her 6th straight game with a goal scored.
I have to say, 3 goals in one game is pretty hard to do.
Which she actually did last time Wheaton played Elmhurst College. She scored 3 goals in that 6-1 victory.
That's incredible.
So she's looking to do that again. You're going to get the starting lineups over the loudspeakers. We're also going to give them to you now. Noah, why don't you give us Wheaton's starting lineup?
All right, here we go. Our goalkeeper for tonight will be Ingrid Eriksson, and we have Ali Kopelman, Jamie Orweiler, Brittany Berg, Laura Karsten, Carrie Kleinstra, Mary De La Torre, Lauren Lidner, Kelly Foltz, and Taryn Lee, and then Lauren Mosier.
All right, so Wheaton throwing out their usual starting 11. And for Elmhurst College, the Blue Jays tonight, they'll be starting Jessica Elberly in goal, and she'll be joined on the field by Natalie Sheldon, Courtney Constantino, again, one of those key players that, Noah, you mentioned we've got to watch out for today. 5 goals on the season already. She's a captain, joined by That's right, 4 assists. She's a captain, joined by co-captain Jessica Webster. Also, Danielle Dobies, Sarah Lund, Kelsey Caldwell. That was your other key player that you mentioned, I believe. Valerie Wesley, Mary Caputo, Sarah Harvey, and Cassie Geese. And Caputo is going to be a familiar name tonight for these airwaves. Looks like sisters from Decatur, Illinois, both attending Eisenhower High School.
That's right.
We've got both teams lined up around midfield, and the starting lineups are finishing up. We're going to get you the national anthem in just a moment. Again, if you're not watching this game and if you're only listening to it on the radio right now, you can watch this game online. Go to WETN.org and click on the drop-down box that gives you the option to watch live. You can follow this game live online with this streaming feed as it happens. We're going to get you the national anthem now.
The team trainer is Chris Rice. We ask you please rise, gentlemen. Please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, that was your national anthem. Aside from soccer, I know we've got probably a lot of people watching the Cubs right now.
Oh, yeah.
First game of the playoffs. They're actually, last time I checked, they were up 2-0. We'll be talking some baseball probably at halftime if you want to stick around for that.
Yeah, probably explains why we've got such a huge crowd right now. It's maybe 5 Wheaton students in the student section.
Yeah, come on, guys. Get out here. Support this women's team. Trying to move to 9-1-1 on the season. Leading goal scorers this year for Wheaton. Taryn's got 11, so Lee with 11 goals. Kopelman, the freshman, has got 5. Jamie Herman, who scored the one and only goal in the NCAA Women's National Championship game last year to give Wheaton the win. She's got 3 on the season. She's joined with Berg. And then 3 of our Wheaton players are tied for 2 goals on the season. Again, you mentioned Constantino and Caldwell. We've also got to watch out for Wesley and Harvey on this Blue Jays team.
Yeah, she's got 3 goals, 2 assists. And then Wesley, who we were saying, she also has 3 goals, but she's got 5 assists, which is actually the most assists on their team right now.
That's a distributor
assists.
right there
Yes.
for you. Wheaton going to start out with the ball.
Yeah, but looks like a 4. Yeah, it looks like a 4.
3-3 probably.
4-3-3 right now.
Right now, Berg and Taryn Lee are up top. As ball rolls back into Wheaton's box immediately, Erickson picks it up. So it looks like we're going to be playing a 4-3-3 to begin this game. Erickson is in goal. Across the back from left to right is going to be Foltz, Lidner, and Mosier.
Yeah.
And then playing right in front of Lidner, you've got Karsten. And then playing on the outside mid positions, out at right mid is Jamie Orweiler. Playing left mid is Carrie Kleinstra. And then playing center attacking midfield is going to be Maria Delatorre. And then up top across the top from left to right is going to be Kopelman, Lee, and Berg. So that's the usual 3 forwards that we're seeing once again for Wheaton. Wheaton in white jerseys, blue shorts, and white socks, orange lettering on the orange numbering on the jerseys, and then the Blue Jays in all blue with turquoise socks and uniforms, along with navy blue shorts. If you're just joining us about a minute and a half into this one, Wheaton with the ball now, coming into Blue Jay territory for the first time in this game as they were pressed in the defense for a little bit. Foltz with the ball here on the near side. Wheaton going to be running right to left on your radio dial. Foltz gets it up to Delatorre. Delatorre lays it back to Foltz, and she clears it with her left foot up to Kopelman. Kopelman lets it go over, and she's going to possess the ball momentarily near the box and then get it cleared out, and it's going to go off of a Blue Jay player, not a bounds, for a throw for Kleinstra. And that was Sarah Lund who was defending that well on the sideline for the Blue Jays. Throw goes from Kleinstra to Kopelman. Kopelman has it now turning towards the middle of the field, towards the top corner of the box. She's got Delatorre behind her. She plays Kleinstra to the sideline instead, and Kleinstra might have been offside, so she didn't try to play that ball. It's going to go out for a Blue Jay throw.
Yeah, and it's way deep in their territory in the left corner. The ref blows the whistle right there.
He's going to tell her to back up. She ran up. It appeared just a little bit too far for the referee's liking. And the referee is going to call an illegal throw-in on the Blue Jays. You don't see that very often at the collegiate level.
I was very surprised. I never saw an illegal throw-in on most of these games here.
So Kopelman,
the first one.
Yeah, she'll have a chance for a long throw. Throws into the box. Lee gets a flick on header towards the middle of the box. Berg comes up with it in the middle of the box. Touch to Lee and then put right past the far post.
That was very close.
For Wheaton's first chance of the game.
First shot. Very good pressure on the box. In the box, actually.
That's right. It's really an asset when you have someone like Kopelman who can throw it that far.
Yeah, it's almost like a corner kick.
Exactly. So Elberly's going to take the goal kick for Elmhurst. Her first one of the game. She takes the kick up to about midfield. Orweiler's going to try to go up in the air, and she doesn't come down with it. Elmhurst passing it upfield now, and Orweiler now possesses it on the far side of the field again. She's playing right mid today. Touch pass on the ground up to Lee, and it's going to go past Lee and cleared back to the midfield. Karsten possesses it. Karsten tries to get it to Delatorre, but she's going to lose it to Caputo. Caputo loses it middle of the field to Delatorre. Delatorre lays back across midfield on the ground to Foltz. Foltz passes it up to Karsten in the middle of the field, near the top of the circle. Lays it far side to Mosier, and she's going to play a ball in the air into the box. It's going to bounce once. Kopelman's going to try to get on this. No keeper charging. Kopelman trying to finish and puts it over the crossbar.
She had 3 on her, 3 defenders on her in that part right there. Just a tad many. All right, and we've got Constantino sort of playing a right mid right here.
Yeah, for Elmhurst.
Yes.
And Elberly will take another goal kick. Kick goes a little bit low and down the middle of the field. Mosier possesses it with her feet, plays to Karsten. Karsten turns with it, and she is going to probably look to play Kleinstra. She does. Finds Kleinstra on the sideline. Kleinstra taking it towards the box, leaves it for Kopelman. Kopelman plays it middle of the field to Delatorre. She's got it about 30 yards out, straight middle of the field. Now plays it through ball to Berg, going towards the goal line on the far side of the field. Into the box. She plays negative across the box, off of an Elmhurst player and into the goal.
A goal. Very nice pressure indeed.
Wheaton leads 1-0.
And this is only the first 5 minutes. No, 5 minutes. Can it really be 5 minutes?
4.5, Noah.
4.5.
4.5, Mr.
Wow.
Pickens.
Indeed. This is going to be a very... yeah, we'll see how this goes. A little predictable right now.
Well, great pressure again by Berg as she was able to get that through ball from Delatorre down towards the goal line and really just play a negative across the box. Keeper obviously was not in position to handle that because Elberly was not expecting her own player to deflect it into the goal off the negative pass. So that goal will be credited to Berg most likely, but an own goal here in the first 5 minutes gives Wheaton Thunder a 1-0 lead over the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. And the ball's going to go out of bounds on Wheaton's end line for a kick for Erickson. She's going to play short all the way across the box to Foltz. Foltz has got it, carrying it upfield a little bit now, maybe about 10, 15 yards. A couple players showing for her in the middle. They're well guarded, though. Plays it over to Mosier instead. Mosier touches middle of the field to Karsten. Karsten can't win it in the air, and it's going to be Elmhurst coming up with it near the top of the box, and they put a shot on goal. Erickson saves it.
First of the game right there.
And that shot was by Caldwell, Kelsey Caldwell. So, again, one of the players you mentioned before the game.
You got to watch. 5 goals in the season so far.
She tried from about 20 yards out. Here's a clearance up to Lee. Lee with a flick on header to Berg. Berg running far sideline, attacking third of the field. Now plays on the ground to Lee in the middle of the field. Lee touches towards Kopelman. It's going to be intercepted by the defense and cleared. And now the ball is going to be played up for Elmhurst to Caputo. Caputo has it on the far side of the field, crossing over into Wheaton territory. Plays on the ground, tries to get it up to Caldwell. Mosier dispossesses. Wheaton ball now. Delatorre with the ball in the middle of the field, plays over to Karsten. Karsten has it on her left foot. She's got Kleinstra making a run down the sideline. Ball goes to Kleinstra.
Nice
Kleinstra touches past one defender, and then it's going to be cleared out by Geese. Her clearance goes to Karsten. Karsten plays in the air, in and out of the corner of the box on the near side. Kopelman's going to possess this on the goal line on the near side. Steps over the ball, back to the goal. She's got to have a couple people chauffeur up top. Taking it towards the top corner. Now she puts a shot or cross in the box. And that's going to be collected by Elberly.
That was some very nice control there on the ball. Very good use of body. And giving some room, some wiggle room for that ball.
That's right. She was able to keep calm despite having the defender in front of her and trying to make something happen towards the middle of the field. Foltz is going to come up with it in the defense for Wheaton. She passes to Kleinstra on the near sideline. Kleinstra coming up across midfield, and she's got pressure hard on her back in the form of Valerie Wesley. And again, Wesley, I believe, was the leading scorer, or leading assist. Excuse me, she's got 5 assists on the season, so good pressure by Wesley here on the near side. Mosier with it now on the far side for Wheaton. Mosier plays on the ground across up midfield to Delatorre. Delatorre carrying past one defender. Now plays line to Kleinstra here on the near side. About 37-30 left. Kleinstra with the ball on the near side. Wheaton up 1-0. Tries to go by one defender. Now she's going to try to keep it in bounds. Plays negative across the box. Kopelman comes up with it. Drop to Delatorre. Delatorre with a looping shot over the crossbar.
Yes, I don't see very much anticipation on the Blue Jays side in the defense because some very nice little combinations of passing there.
Yeah, you had Kleinstra with the ball. Laid it back to Kopelman, who made a great run showing for her because she saw she was in trouble a little bit trying to keep that in bounds. And then just a touch back to Delatorre, who had a tough angle granted on the shot from the top corner of the box.
It's a little too high, though.
Yep. Ball's going to roll out of bounds right at the midfield line on the far side. It's going to be a Blue Jay throw. So Elmhurst to take this one. Throw is taken, and it's going to be won by Sarah Harvey. Harvey with the ball on the far side, loses it to Wheaton. Foltz with a touch in the middle of the field, brings it down with her head, up with her head rather, and it's going to be cleared up to Lee. Lee coming on strong with the Wheaton attack. It's going to be a 3-on-5, 3-on-6 now, if Wheaton should try to pursue this. Pass goes over to Kleinstra. She's guarded by Wesley. Kleinstra touches to Kopelman, and Kopelman loses it middle of the field to Caputo. Caputo drops it, and that's going to be cleared by Geese. And Geese's clearance goes all the way back to Foltz towards the Wheaton box. Foltz plays square to Lidner. Dangerous pass across the middle of the field. Wheaton maintains possession. Ball goes back to Lidner now. Has it in Wheaton's box. A little bit of pressure being applied by Caldwell. Lidner gets it up to Karsten. Karsten with it in the middle of the field. Plays up to Delatorre. Delatorre now carrying the ball on the ground across midfield, more towards the near side of the field. Now coming towards the middle of the field. She's got Berg on her right, Lee on her left, and she plays Berg on her right. Berg running into the box. Keeper charging as well, and the keeper gets there first. Great save by Eberly.
A very nice little pass over there. I can tell Eberly is, or the defense right here is really lining up, putting a lot of defense on, giving some stiff resistance.
That's right. Delatorre is going to have the ball in the middle of the field before she's dispossessed, and Elmhurst is going to come up with it now, at least for a moment. And the ball comes up now to Mosier. Mosier knocks it off of a defender up to Karsten. Karsten turns with it, and that's going to be a foul as a push in the back by Caputo. It's going to be a Wheaton free kick. Free kick taken on the ground up the field to Delatorre. Delatorre plays Berg over on the far sideline, trying to get towards the middle of the field. She's coming towards the top of the box, now turns back towards the sideline. And she plays the sideline to Orweiler. Orweiler coming towards the middle of the field. Little bump, no call. Now trying to split a couple defenders. She's got several defenders on her. Orweiler still possessing the ball in the middle of the field, and she's taken down.
That is a foul.
Free kick for Wheaton about 22 yards out. Dead center of the field. If you're just joining us, about a little less than 35 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton leading 1-0. Off of an own goal, should be credited to Berg and Delatorre to take this free kick.
You can see maybe a very promising shot right here.
That's right, Eberly trying to get in position. Delatorre's kick goes low and wide. So it's going to be a shot for Delatorre, not on goal. It's going to be a goal kick for Eberly. I like the possession, though, by Orweiler as she came and supported Berg and then came towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, and then was able to kick it out and then bring it in through the middle. Very nice play indeed.
Yeah. Goal kick is taken and is won in the air by Sheldon of Elmhurst. Ball runs up now towards Mosier. Mosier's going to have pressure on her in the form of Caputo. Mosier goes by Caputo and now plays it on the line up the field towards Berg. Berg loses it. Elmhurst playing towards the middle of the field, goes off of Delatorre and Berg, who are converging to try to make that tackle, and Orweiler comes up with it. Orweiler carrying across midfield on the ground, blows by one defender, now sends a through ball to Lee. Lee's going to try to beat Geese to it, and Geese gets there first and knocks it out of bounds for a throw for Wheaton in the attacking third of the field.
It was a very fast run down the side of the field. I have to say, if Wheaton keeps up this endurance throughout the game, it'll be a very easy blowout indeed.
Definitely looking to put balls in the back of the net. Rolls over to Kopelman. Kopelman with a touch past the keeper and into the goal for her first goal of the game, giving Wheaton a 2-0 lead here. So she's going to get that goal, and the assist is going to be given to Taryn Lee.
A little crossover right there. She had a very, very open shot right there.
That's right. So Kopelman gets her 6th goal of the season, and Lee picks up her 4th assist, giving Wheaton a 2-0 lead here in their second conference game of the season.
That is 9 minutes into the game, roughly.
Berg trying to possess the ball on the far side. It's going to roll upfield, though, instead to Lidner, all the way in the back. She's going to be pressured by Caldwell. Lidner rotates it left side to Foltz. Foltz turns with it, carrying upfield. She's got Wesley in front of her and plays Kleinster, who's also got Wesley in front of her. Kleinster tries to beat her middle of the field. Now maybe going back sideline, now passing back to Foltz. Foltz, ball in the air up to Kolpman. Kolpman trying to win it and does win it. Sends a high ball to Lee. Lee's going to try to run onto it. Geese is running onto it, as is Eberly. Eberly clears it, the goalkeeper for Elmhurst. Clearance goes back to Foltz. Foltz controls it, now plays middle of the field to Delatorre. Delatorre turns through two defenders.
Maneuvers him right there.
And she's going to send Lee on a through ball into the box. Lee with a touch around one defender. She's got it on her right foot. Shot goes off of a defender and off goal. And it's actually going to roll off of a clearance. The clearance is going to go off of Kolpman and out of bounds for a goal kick, but a good attempt there by Lee.
Close call right there. A very nice shot that got blocked slightly.
So Lee with another shot, and it appeared as if Sarah Lund tried to clear it, went off of Kolpman and almost into the goal. Just missed that inside near post.
A very embarrassing goal right there. Yeah.
Lee with the ball off the goal kick right in the middle of the field, plays to her right, which is near side of the field, and it's going to go off of, let's see what the call is here. The center referee signals Elmhurst ball, so it's off of Wheaton. Throw's taken by Lund. Throw goes into Constantino. Constantino passes it up, and it's going to go to Wesley on the near side of the field, near the sideline, being defended by Kleinster. And Wesley is fast, but Kleinster's got her matched in speed, able to knock it out of bounds.
And not to mention add a little bit of weight there, too. Give some umps to that clear.
Yeah, her speed is really an asset on that near side. Touch middle of the field now, off of the throw-in. Foltz comes up with it in Wheaton's box and then plays it out with her left foot upfield to Lee. Lee turns with it. She's got one defender on her back. That's Sheldon. Sheldon's going to let up a little bit as Lee and Wheaton take them on 3-on-4. Now it's going to be a 3-on-6. Wheaton still coming in the form of Allie Kolpman. Kolpman touches middle of the field, lays back to Delatorre. Delatorre passes right foot, near side to Kleinster. Kleinster carrying it into the box, and the near side plays negative across the box, and that's cleared out by Elmhurst, and they're going to actually save it from going out of bounds. So Wesley's going to have it on the near side in the defending third, being guarded by Kleinstra. Ball's laid back to Lund, and Kolpman comes over and knocks it out of bounds.
Wow, Kleinstra, she was completely open down that left side right there. It really shows that defense needs to start marking up if they're going to want to stop any more goals right there.
It's tough because they're all trying to help each other in the middle of the field when Lee started taking the ball on the ground. But you're right. If you fail to mark up in the defense, it's going to be,
especially on the wide ends of the field.
Right. We've seen a lot of Wheaton play coming from outside in this year. So you're absolutely right. It's going to be a goal kick for Eberly with about 29 minutes left in this one. 2-0 Wheaton lead. A lead that the Cubs held at some point today. We'll get you an update at halftime, unless you want to go get one yourself before then. Kick is taken towards midfield, and it's going to be possessed by Berg on the far side of the field. Berg plays Orweiler, who's making an overlapping run towards the top corner of the box on the far side, goes by one defender, then touched too far out in front of her, and Berg's actually going to come up with it off of Elmhurst possession. Berg cuts it back to her left foot and then plays, trying to hit Orweiler near the top corner of the box. It's going to be cleared out by Elmhurst and cleared all the way up to Caputo. Oh, excuse me, it's actually Caldwell. Caldwell sends it to Caldwell sends it to Wesley, who knocks it back, and then up to Caputo, and then it's taken out of the air by Foltz. Foltz passes it up high in the air to Kolpman. Kolpman lays middle of the field to Karsten. Karsten plays Berg over on the far sideline. Berg trying to work her defender, now goes by her defender, plays it across the box, and Geese is going to kick this one out of bounds for the first Wheaton corner kick of the game.
All right, and this will be, who's taking this over here?
Looks like Orweiler.
Orweiler taking the corner kick.
So Orweiler's going to line up over this one, and Mosier's going to be showing short near the top corner of the box. Orweiler instead puts this in the air towards the middle. Lee trying to win it in the air. She can't. Elmhurst is going to have it. Caputo has it over on the far side. She clears it up. Mosier's going to step. Mosier plays square to Karsten. Karsten lays it back to Foltz, and Wheaton will reset in this backfield. Foltz plays it up, though, maybe a little too hasty. Sheldon comes down with it. Sheldon plays it up to Caldwell. Caldwell running now, and Elmhurst has got numbers a little bit. Played over to Wesley. Wesley trying to get past Kleinstra, and she's going to knock it off of Kleinstra and out of bounds for a throw-in right near the near side corner flag.
All right, here we've got Caldwell, one of their top scorers in the very corner. That's right. Now, it's probably the most action she's seen so far in this game.
Yeah, they really have not been able to get too much going. Delatorre goes by Caldwell, and she's got Kopelman in front of her. Delatorre carrying towards the middle of the field. Caputo challenging from behind, and Delatorre lays it over to Orweiler, who's got defense on her back. Speeds up a little bit and plays Lee. Lee with a little flick on touch to Berg. Berg running into the box. Takes a shot right into the hands of Eberle, and then it's followed up, and that's going to be a goal for Orweiler.
Very nice follow-up right there. That's what you call attentive soccer, when you're watching what's going on, moving in at the right time in case of a mistake like that. It's a very hard shot by Berg right there. Probably why the goalie couldn't catch it.
That's right. Eberle was able to knock it right in front of her, which was, in that situation, kind of a bummer because Orweiler was right there to put it in. So it's going to give Wheaton a 3-0 lead with a little less than 26 minutes left in this game. And Rebecca Oliver actually just checked into the game. She's going to grab Mosier. So Oliver's going to be playing on the far side of the field in the defense. Mosier's going to get a break. And the ball rolls out of bounds for an Orweiler throw on the far side. And she's got to be pretty happy. Her second goal of the season, rather.
Yeah, that's a good little record to have right there.
Foltz with it, passes Kleinstra on the near side, defending third of the field, goes back to Foltz. Foltz has it, lays it back to Lidner in the middle of the field. Lidner turns with it and looks for Oliver on the far side, passes to Oliver. Orweiler showing line, and Oliver finds Orweiler. Orweiler with it on that far sideline. Passes back to Oliver, and Oliver clears it up in the air towards Berg. Berg lets it bounce over her head, then trying to go by a defender who looked like they may have fallen. It's going to be called a foul, though, on Berg. So free kick for Elmhurst right around midfield.
You know, this 3-0 lead, it really gives a good buffer. You know, right now we can probably sort of relax in a sense.
Yeah, it's nice when you jump out to an early lead, especially when you have a team like this that you know is capable of doing it, and that's Wheaton. Really a fantastic attack. Right now they're coming down the field. Lee with the ball near the top corner of the box, far side, and plays middle of the field. Is going to be cleared out. Orweiler heads it back in, and then Geese clears it back upfield. Karsten takes it out of the air with her head, and then it's going to bounce once in the midfield. Oliver tries to possess it. Now Orweiler tries to possess it, and it's going to come down on Wheaton's side of the field as Foltz knocks it back upfield to Lee. Lee with her back to Elmhurst's goal. Turns past one defender, now sending Berg on a through ball down the far sideline. Berg going to try to get it before it goes out on the goal line. She does. She's got it on her left foot. Plays Orweiler near the top corner of the box, and Orweiler with a shot on goal into the hands of Eberle.
Indeed. Good run up there. That's where Wheaton Endurance really hits in. It was quite a sprint.
It's always nice when you've got midfielders showing for your forwards to play back a little bit.
At the top of the box right there. That's where all the shots have been coming from.
That's right. Kopelman with the ball, defended by Wesley. And Wesley's actually going to be joined by Lund as the tag teamer. Kopelman lays back to Kleinstra. Kleinstra plays back across the field to Foltz. Foltz plays right foot, middle of the field to Karsten. Karsten turns with it and lays it back negative across the field to Oliver on the far side. Oliver plays up in the air, a little one hop that's going to fall to Elmhurst possession. Passed up to Caldwell now. Caldwell plays over far side to Constantino. Constantino, who hasn't seen too much of the ball at her feet today, loses it to Orweiler, and Orweiler gives it to Karsten. Karsten over to Foltz. Foltz carrying it up into the attack now for Wheaton and passes it by one defender, but that's going to go right to Lund. Lund plays it right back to Foltz, and Foltz plays up to Lee. Lee with her back to Elmhurst's goal once again, about 30 yards out. Tries to play middle of the field. It's knocked off a defender all the way over to Kleinstra on the near side, attacking third of the field. Kleinstra plays Kopelman, top corner of the box. Kopelman has it at her right foot, plays Lee. Lee with a one-touch back to Kopelman. Kopelman and the keeper, and Kopelman wins this one. Goal, Allie Kopelman, 4-0 Wheaton College.
That was probably one of the best examples of soccer I've seen so far in this game. That was a great little triangle pass going on right there. Great little knowing where to go and at the right time.
And that's what separates good teams from great teams, is when a pass like that goes towards the top of the box. Sure, Lee could try to turn and fire away on goal, but Kopelman continued her run and got the ball back in the box, just herself and the keeper.
So it's just a literal pass into it.
Oh, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. And she finished it. It's going to roll up to Lee now. Lee has it and passes back to Delatorre. Delatorre goes by one defender and plays up the line to Kopelman. Kopelman has it on the goal line. Kopelman coming back up the sideline, passes to Kleinstra. Kleinstra taking it towards the goal line now. Now trying to take it towards the near post into the box. Plays negative across the box to Lee. Flick on header, and then it's going to be cleared out to Karsten. Karsten puts it right back into the box. Orweiler has it now. Orweiler header to Carson. Carson with it on her left foot. Plays over to the side of the box, the near side of the box, to Kleinstra, as Wheaton resets a little bit in the attacking third of the field. About 22 minutes left. Kleinstra has it on the near side. She's going to look to get a cross in, and it's going to go right into the hands of Eberle. So Elmhurst comes up with goalie comes up with possession off of Kleinstra's cross. That was Kopelman's second goal of the night, so she's got 7 now on the season, and that was Lee's second assist of the night, I believe. So that is her 5th assist on the season.
It looks like we will be having a sub coming in soon for Wheaton. Looks like Ann Turner is going to be coming in. We have yet to see who she'll be replacing for the night. I would imagine, with a 4-0 lead, that Wheaton has pretty much any freedom they'd want to sub in however many players they'd like.
You would assume so, especially it's the first half. I know Coach Felsky does want to make sure this game is put away, and the nice thing about that actually is with this Wheaton team, you can continue putting players in off your bench, and they will continue extending this lead for you. We've got a very deep team. Karsten with the ball on the ground in midfield, plays over to Kleinstra. Kleinstra plays up on the ground to Lee. Lee controls it back to the goal once again, trying to turn past Geese, and Geese sticks her and plays it upfield. It's going to go up to Wesley, and Wesley being defended by Oliver. Oliver showing some speed now, keeping up with Wesley, stabbing in at the attack, and that's going to go off of, as Oliver knocks it off of Wesley for a well-won goal kick for Wheaton.
Wow, she was all on her own making that run down. She didn't have much support going up.
It looks like that's what Wheaton's going to be playing for. Elmhurst is going to be playing for his counterattacks.
Right here. So we've got Jamie Orweiler coming in, or coming out.
4-2 down.
And Ann Turner coming in.
So Wheaton College is leading this one 4-0 with about 20 minutes left in the first half. And I've just been informed that the Dodgers are right now beating the Cubs 4-2.
Oh my goodness, how did they make that jump?
It's the playoffs, baby. Anything can happen. You never know. I'm a White Sox fan myself, but you always like to see Chicago teams succeed. Kopelman plays it back across the box on the ground and then gets it back, and it's going to be cleared out on the sideline by Elmhurst, so it's going to be a Wheaton. Actually, they're going to call a foul in the box on Wheaton, so it's going to be a free kick for Elmhurst in their own box.
It's about the 3rd foul I've seen so far in this game. Hasn't been too much of that.
Now, Mr. Pickens, when you play, do you appreciate a ref who keeps the whistle around his neck and not in his mouth?
Well, it depends. I mean, I'd rather have it around his neck and not in his mouth. So, yeah, I'd rather have it that way.
Yeah, let him play.
Yeah, that's right.
Ball rolls back now to Geese in the backfield. Geese plays up on the ground, and that's going to go to Constantino. Constantino loses it middle of the field to Lee. Lee touches outside, and really a little bit of miscommunication there as Kleinstra was marking up. She wasn't able to get there. Neither was Kopelman. It's going to go out of bounds for an Elmhurst throw. Throw to be taken by Carlson, who just checked into the game. Carlson's throw is headed out of the air by Foltz. to Delatorre. Delatorre loses it middle of the field to Caldwell. Caldwell taking it up past Delatorre, and she's going to take a long rip. Well off target, though, as Erickson will have herself a goal kick.
About 10 yards away from the top of the box. It's about, I think that's the second shot on goal for Elmhurst tonight.
Yeah, second shot, and she definitely had enough to get it there. She just couldn't put it on frame. Foltz with the ball, plays on the ground, and it's going to be intercepted by Carlson. Carlson plays middle of the field. Delatorre comes up with it. Delatorre's touch is going to go out of bounds on the near side, though. So it's going to be an Elmhurst throw. It's going to be taken by Lund. Lund's throw goes into the head of Kleinstra. Kleinstra heads it up to Coleman, who heads it back to Kleinstra. Little 1-2 here. Kleinstra tries to get it back up to Coleman, and Carlson possesses it. Now Kleinstra gets it back. Plays up to Coleman. Coleman lays back to Kleinstra as these two are having a bunch of fun here on the near side playing with each other. And then Kleinstra with a through ball up to Lee. Lee's going to try to win this from Geese, and Geese lays it back to Eberle. Eberle's clearance goes on the ground straight up the middle of the field, and Karsten comes up with it. Karsten plays Kopelman on the near side. Kopelman taking it towards the middle of the field, and now has Kleinstra on the near side, near the sideline. Kleinstra with the ball on her right foot, going goal line, now plays left foot across the box into the hands of Eberle, who makes another save.
I feel like I've had a deja vu there. I've seen that play maybe 5 times so far this game, where we've got Kleinstra wide open on this side right here. She makes a clear on over to the middle.
With so much focus in the attacking game for this Elmhurst midfield, trying to make the most out of every time they get the ball up top, it's hard for their outside mids sometimes to get back. That's when you're going to see Kleinstra making those runs down the sideline, beating their outside mids. Kopelman turns with the ball now towards the middle of the field in the attacking third. Plays Lee. Lee tries to turn with it, keeps her back to the goal. Now kind of turns with it, plays over to Berg. Berg with it on her left foot, plays over the keeper, over the goal.
Oh, very nice play. Very well placed shot. It's a little too high right there. All right, we've got some subs coming in. We've got Jamie Herman coming in for Brittany Berg.
And on the other side of the field, you've got Jenna Boyle. She's going to be checking in at right back, and she's going to get Sarah Lund. So,
yeah, we have Jamie Herman. Looks like he'll be playing in top right offense, substituting for Berg.
That's right. Wheaton sticking with that 4-3-3 formation. Kopelman touches around a defender and then plays middle of the field to Lee, and that's going to go by Lee. Cleared out to Caldwell. Caldwell plays it up to Wesley. Wesley's not going to be able to get that as Lidner steps in, and now Wesley wins it from Lidner. Ball's laid back to Caldwell. Wheaton on the defensive a little bit right now. Caldwell with the ball plays it upfield, and that's cleared out by Turner, who checked into the game several minutes ago. Flick on header by Herman up to Lee, and the ball's going to roll all the way back from the defense to Eberle, the keeper for Elmhurst. Eberle's going to clear that right foot up across midfield to Foltz. Foltz has it. Plays on the ground across midfield to Delatorre. Delatorre turns past one defender. Very pretty move. And then she's tripped up from behind as Caldwell and Caputo converged on her. Maybe didn't like her going by him so much, huh?
Yeah, no, very nice move there. She got two defenders all at once.
The free kick's going to be taken short to Kleinstra. Kleinstra lays it back to Delatorre. Delatorre can play back again if she wants to. She will. She plays Foltz. And Foltz plays back to Lidner. So Wheaton resetting in the backfield now. Lidner plays far side to Oliver. Oliver has the ball on her right foot, plays upfield to Herman. Herman with a one-touch pass to the line to Ann Turner. Turner goes by one defender, and now the defender recovers. Turner still trying to win the ball, applying great pressure on her back. And there's going to be a foul called on Ann Turner. And we got a couple more substitutions.
Subs right now. We have.
Oh, actually, it's a foul call, so there will be no substitutions. But in a moment, we will have them.
Yeah, Aaron Hodina will be coming in.
That's right. Free kick taken on the far side of the field. And it's going to roll out of bounds before Elmhurst can possess it. So it's going to be a Wheaton throw. And here come the substitutions.
Here we have. Who is
checking into the game for Elmhurst?
We've got Aaron Hodina. Towards the center, and Kleinster's going to be playing that center attacking midfield position with Karsten supporting her. And Kleinster comes straight up the field, passes to Lee. Lee with it on her left foot, still on her left foot. Now tries to cut it back to her right, and that's going to be cleared out by Elmhurst. Clearance.
Very difficult position to be in right there.
Absolutely. Defenders just converge. Clearance goes up to Carlson. Carlson tries to touch it up to Wesley. Goes to Oliver instead. Oliver lays back to Erickson. Erickson plays Lidner past Wesley. And Lidner plays far side of the field to Turner. Turner coming up that far sideline, plays up to Herman. Herman with the ball at her right foot on the far sideline. She's got a big switch if she can get it. Plays a through ball to Lee, and they're going to call her offsides.
Very slight, but hey, that's what it's all about. You're off 1/2 a foot or whatever, and you are offsides. Very hard to keep track of.
That's right.
Looks like we'll be having another sub in soon for Wheaton. Mary Beth Grove.
And we've seen her come in a number of different ways this year. Playing in the back, playing in the midfield.
Okay, because we have her down here as a defender.
Right. He's actually been using her at outside mid every once in a while as well, so we'll have to see what she comes in to do. Eberly with a punt that drops around midfield into Carson. Carson plays up to Herman. Herman coming middle of the field from the far side. Has a big switch if she can get it, and now tries to hit Kopelman on a through ball. Good idea. It's going to be knocked back, though, and cleared up to Kleinster. Tried to get it for a second, but couldn't possess it, and it's going to run all the way up to Caldwell. Caldwell and Turner going to fight for it, and Turner plays up to Lee. Lee with a touch outside to Herman. Herman headed back up to Lee near the top corner of the box. Lee takes a rip with her right foot, and the keeper bobbles it a couple times before she comes up with it. Eberly, good hands eventually there.
Yeah, that was a very nice shot right there. Another outside the box. Great little touch there.
Tough angle, though.
Yeah, it is a tough angle, those shots. When you're in the moment, in the speed of the game, the shots just get even harder to nail.
Very impressive, though, keeping that one on frame, and Lee just drilled that one. Hodina trying to come up with the ball on the near side of the field in the defending third, lays it back to Foltz, and Foltz is going to touch it out of bounds for a throw-in for Elmhurst. Here come the substitutions.
Coming in for Kelly Foltz.
Checking into the game for the Thunder, number 18,
Mary Beth Grove will be
Beth
playing
Grove.
left D.
There you go. She comes in the
Checking
defense.
the
You were
game for
right.
Number 16, Laura Valjusti.
The throw is going to go in for Elmhurst to Baskin. Baskin plays middle of the field to Constantino. Constantino lays the ball over to the near side. It's going to go out of bounds for a Hodina throw. She throws it quickly into Kopelman. Kopelman jostled in the back, and she loses it to Boyle. Boyle plays middle of the field, and then it's going to be cleared upfield by Webster, captain defender. Webster's clearance goes all the way to Lidner. So from one sweeper to her counterpart, the ball goes. Now Grove has her first touches on the near side, playing left back. Came in for Foltz, goes by one defender. Plays Hodina middle of the field, and Hodina can't get there. It's going to be possessed by Caldwell. Caldwell with it in the attacking third of the field for Elmhurst. Goes past Hodina. Now trying to get a crossing. Caldwell plays middle of the field, cleared out by Karsten. And the clearance goes up to Herman, who plays it one time up the field. And Geese was going to fight for it at first, but Kopelman comes up with it. Kopelman with the ball on her right foot near the bottom of Wheaton circle, coming up across midfield now. Plays in the air, and it's going to be possessed by Geese just for a second as Herman comes up and collects it. Now lays near side to Hodina. Hodina has it on her right foot and plays it square, and that's going to be cleared out all the way back to Lidner, who's got it in the defense, and Lidner is being pressured by Valgusti. Lidner goes by Valgusti and plays it up the field on the ground to Turner, and Turner's going to watch that roll out of bounds off of her, so it's going to be a throw-in for Elmhurst with about little less than 10 minutes left, about 9:30 left here in the first half. Wheaton holding a 4-0 lead over Elmhurst.
And I've kind of noticed that play just, I don't know, about a minute ago, Wheaton was pretty on the defensive right there. I was just noticing one way to get rid of the ball right there is always to pass it out wide, never through the middle.
That's right.
Out wide.
This clearance goes through the middle, though, as Lidner clears up to Lee. Lee with a good header up to Herman, as Herman is going to try to win this from Geese. Geese wins it first to Lee, and Lee tries to rip a shot because Eberly was a little bit too far off her line, and it's going to go well wide of the goal. And off of Kopelman, off of a clearance for a goal kick. Is what we saw there, Kopelman following it up. Even though she didn't win it, she followed Lee's shot for her and tried to win it back for Wheaton.
There just in case. Yeah, you never know. Now it's a goal kick.
So Eberle will take this one for Elmhurst. Kick goes in the air up the middle of the field. Bounces once, and Grove comes into possession of it. Loses it to Caldwell. Caldwell plays upfield. Good step by Oliver. Knocks it back up to Herman. Herman heads middle of the field to Lee. Lee with a one-touch, little rollover pass to Kleinstra. Kleinstra trying to hit Kolpman on a through ball, and it's going to go wide of her, out of bounds for an Elmhurst throw in the defending third of the field.
Just a little too much on that pass right there.
Throw to be taken by Boyle. Boyle's throw goes in to Grove. Grove plays left foot upfield, and it's going to be knocked right back with the head. Caldwell comes up with it for Elmhurst. Caldwell plays upfield. Grove has it on her right foot now. Coming up the field, plays on the ground, trying to split several defenders. Gets it to Lee. Lee with a touch to Kolpman. Kolpman with it in the attacking third on the near side. Now going goal line, trying to cut it back. She's got one defender on her back. Plays to Lee. Lee with a defender in front of her. Plays Hodina at the top corner of the box. Hodina back to Lee. And Lee's got to try to keep this one in. She does, but she's going to have to roll it back in as you hear the train coming in behind us now.
Here we go. Man, these mics are really sensitive.
That's nice. That's all part of the environment, though. You got to love that.
Yeah. I'm not hearing the crowd too much, though.
It's all right. It's a middle of the week. We got some fans out there. You got to appreciate those that show up and also those that tune in.
Yeah.
And this throw-in is going to be cleared out of bounds off Elmhurst, so it's going to be another throw for Kolpman. Throw goes into Hodina. Hodina lays back to Kolpman. Kolpman goes by one defender, coming into the box now from the near side. Plays negative across the ground to Kleinstra, who touches it into the goal past Eberle.
Past two players, two of them. A little touch right there. It's just a pass right in.
Sometimes the most effective way to get the ball in the middle is to take it towards the near post and then play negative. That's what we saw Kolpman do, picking up an assist to go along with her 2 goals this game, and Kleinstra came up with that goal.
Now, when you mean negative, what do you mean by that?
When I mean negative, I'm saying they're playing it back. You're playing it across the box. Negative meaning from the goal line more towards not necessarily the top of the box, but an oncoming player. So you're not playing an advancing ball. You're playing a ball that's coming backwards. You're playing backwards from their goal line across the box.
All right.
And Lee almost had a goal for herself there. She's going to be called offsides, though. So we got about 6 minutes left in the first half. Wheaton College
5-0.
5-0 over the Blue Jays of Elmhurst College.
Doing very nicely. I think we slowed down just a tad right here, but still keeping up the pressure.
It's hard to it's hard to say you haven't slowed down at any point after you've scored 5 goals in a game, let alone the first half. This one has been full of excitement already for the Thunder.
That was already first 20 minutes or so. Incredible.
That's right. Grove with the ball in the back for Wheaton, playing left back. She plays middle of the field to Kleinstra, who's playing that center attacking midfield position. Lays back to Grove, and Grove plays it with her right foot. She wasn't pleased with that kick, shaking her head at herself. Kick goes to Caldwell. Caldwell, touch goes up to Constantino. Constantino plays far side. Good pressure by Turner. Turner trying to win this. And ball's played into Wheaton's box. Hodina heads it to Grove, and Grove with a good clearance there towards the sideline. Kolpman's going to keep this in bounds. And Kolpman plays square to Hodina. Hodina plays square to Karsten as this ball is moving across the field now. Karsten with the ball in the middle of the field, coming up on midfield. Plays it, splits 2 defenders to her left, and plays Kleinstra. Kleinstra still in the middle of the field, attacking third. Plays over to Herman, and Herman going to try to keep this in bounds. As she does, somehow.
Wow, that was very
with it on the far side, attacking third of the field, going to try to get this across the box. Herman steps over it, trying to lose her defender somehow, maybe looking for a teammate to make a run. Could just knock it off her for a corner, or a throw in this case. So throw in for Wheaton. Far side of the field, near the flag. And another ball from either from the stands or from the ball boy rolls onto the field. So it's going to stop play for a moment, and the throw goes in off of Elmhurst for a corner for Wheaton.
It's a second so far. Second, right?
Yep. Kleinstra has it, plays it up top corner of the box to Turner. Turner tries to go by one defender, can't. Now Lee's going to have it. Lee loses it back to Turner. Turner plays back across the field, middle of the field to Karsten. Karsten plays it off of a defender and into the hands of Eberle. That was a good attempt, though, for Karsten, firing away from the top of the box.
Yeah, still, though, Elmhurst is really clogging up that defense right there at the top of the box. They've got like 5. They pulled back 5.
Yeah, it's hard
Really
not to. And
defense right there.
5 defenders still not preventing that scoreboard from going down at all. 5-0 Wheaton College lead. And it's going to be knocked off of Elmhurst for a throw on the near side of the field.
Checking into the game for Wheaton.
And we have incoming Mackenzie Williams. Midfielder forward will be coming in for Ali Kopelman. So she will be playing a mid forward, I believe, right?
She'll probably be playing. She'll either play up top or she'll move Hodina to up top. She'll be playing on the left side as Eberle collects it in the box. So looks like Hodina's going to continue playing that left mid position, and Williams will be playing left striker. So she'll be playing up top. Punt goes high, drops onto Kleinstra's head, back to Hodina. Hodina heads it upfield, and then it's going to be taken out of the air by Constantino. Constantino loses it to Carson. Carson's pass gets through to Turner, barely. Turner with it on the far side of the field, plays line to Herman. Herman turns with it down the line, trying to carry it a little bit. She's got good pressure in the form of Caldwell. Now Herman plays it across the field. It's headed straight down near the top of the box and then cleared out by Elmhurst. Caldwell with a header, and Grove with just a takeout of
That was quite a collision.
Caldwell. I don't know what else you can call it, but it was both players going up for the ball, so there was no intent for anything
Caldwell
bad to
just
happen there, but
happened to be at the bottom.
yeah. I mean, flip a coin. That one ended up in Wheaton's favor. Wheaton with the foul, though. So this free kick is taken upfield, and there's going to be a push in the back as Turner is knocked to the ground in the box, in Wheaton's box. So it's going to be a free kick for Wheaton. Less than 2 minutes left now in the first half. Wheaton leading Elmhurst 5-0, looking to move to 9-1-1 on the season. We've still got plenty of soccer to be played. Free kick is taken short, and it's played near side to Grove. Grove carrying it up across midfield. Now passes to Lee. Lee, who is straight ahead of her, tries to find Williams on a through ball, duffs the pass a little bit, and it's going to be cleared out of bounds for a Wheaton throw. And we'll be talking some baseball at halftime with Mr. Pecklow in the studio. Throw goes into Lee. Lee plays left foot across the box to Herman. Herman has it in the box, plays right foot, and there's a shot on goal for Herman right into the hands of Eberle, though.
That looked like a really, really uncomfortable shot. It was up in the air, spinning. I guess she did her best at that one.
That's right. It's hard to
very close goal.
Hard to volley those sometimes. And it's going to go to Turner on the far side. Turner plays it in the air, upfield, and then off of a defender's head. And the ball's going to roll all the way in Elmhurst's favor. That's going to be Baskin with the ball. Baskin plays it across the field into Wheaton's box on the ground. Hodina has it, and she clears it upfield. Clearance goes to Boyle as Boyle clears it right back into Wheaton's box. And that's going to go off the end line as Carlson can't come up with it for a Wheaton goal kick. About 15 seconds left in this first half. Wheaton Erickson probably going to just wait it out.
Yeah.
Actually, she plays Lidner.
6, 5, 4,
and no pressure going to be applied on Lidner.
2, 1.
And that's going to end the first half. Your halftime score is Wheaton College 5, Elmhurst College 0 in your second conference game of the season. And Mr. Pickens, what do you think of that first half?
I have to say, and so did Della Torre. She had 2. And let's see, about 9 shots on goal. And Ali Kopelman, she scored 2 of the goals. Jamie Orweiler scored 1. Brittany Berg scored 1. And then you have Kleinstra scoring the other, totaling for 5 goals. And then Eric Ingrid Erickson, she had one save during that first half.
That's right, one save on one shot on goal. And we've got some changes in your Wheaton lineup for you. Across the backfield in the defense for Wheaton from right to left. And again, Wheaton is going to be playing from left to right on your radio dial this half. So if you can picture that, you've got from the right back position, Oliver is going to be playing right back. And she's going to be joined in the backfield by Grove on the left side and Lidner in the middle. Turner is going to be playing the position which Karsten began the game at, so center defensive midfield. She's got the ball in the midfield right now. Kish Kunis is going to be playing right midfield, even though she overlapped momentarily with Turner. So Kish Kunis is on the right, Turner in the middle, and then on the left side, you've got Erin Hodina. Delatorre is going to be playing in front of Turner, and then across the top from left to right, you're going to see Williams, who got some time in the first half, along with Herman and Berg in the attack. So still a very capable Wheaton team. Again, we talked about the depth of this team, Noah, and I think we're still going to be able to put some goals in.
Yeah, where you can pretty much pull anybody off the bench, and they're going to be a great team as it is.
That's right. Kish Kunis with the ball now puts a shot just a bit wide of the goal from the top corner of the box. So she gets her first couple touches and doesn't waste any time, puts a shot close to on goal. It's going to be a goal kick. And there was a keeper change. So in the goal for Wheaton is Carly Olson. And it looks like the other goalkeeper for Elmhurst is going to be Allison Corbell. So Corbell, who is a sophomore from Schaumburg, Illinois, will get the time here in the second half for Elmhurst. Her punt comes a little short of midfield. Collected in the back by Dobies. Dobies plays it up, controlled by Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis lays it for Turner. Turner tries to get it back to Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis battling now with Constantino. Again, one of those key players that you mentioned. And Kish Kunis wins it for a second. Touches up to Berg now. Wheaton coming into the attacking third of the field. Berg trying to go by Dobies. And Dobies a little elbow in the back. No call. Now Berg plays it across the field, across the box, and it's going to be batted out by the defense. And it's going to be a throw for Kish Kunis here on the near side. Throw taken to Berg, back to Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis has it on her right foot going towards the goal line. Now cuts it back for a second. Cuts it back between her legs and plays Berg at the top corner of the box. Berg goes past one defender, plays into the middle of the box to Herman. Herman can't control it. It's going to be cleared out to Turner. Turner loses it to Caldwell. Caldwell plays up in the air, and that's won by Hodina. Hodina's header goes middle of the field to Delatorre. Delatorre and Caputo battling for it. Caputo wins it, and then Caputo loses it to Williams as Williams had it knocked away from her and cleared upfield. And in the back for Wheaton, Grove is going to come up with it. So actually that's Grove on the far side of the field, not Mosier, if we mentioned Mosier earlier. Coming into Wheaton's box is Wesley now, and Wesley is going to lose it off the end of the goal line. It's actually going to go off of Lidner for a corner for Elmhurst. I believe this is their first corner of the game.
Really their game, because I thought first corner maybe of their second half, but no, this is, yes, the first one of the game.
That's right. So Wheaton holding a 2-1 advantage right now on corners. Corner goes right in the middle of the box, then headed out, and Williams clears it up to Berg. Berg's got a 1-on-4 if she wants it. She's carrying it upfield, and here she's got some support now. So she plays Delatorre on her right, and Delatorre's got Kish Kunis making an overlapping run. Kish Kunis gets the ball towards the attacking third of the field at the top corner of the box, taking it towards the goal line, being bodied off the ball a little bit, stays it. Kish Kunis with the ball on the goal line near side of the field, steps over it, taking her time, and tries to go goal line past the defender, and that's going to be possessed by Dobies as she carries it upfield and then clears it really to nobody as Grove comes up and clears it back upfield. Great clearance, and that's going to bounce to Berg, who's got it on the goal line. Plays it in the air across the box, right over the head of Herman, and it's actually going to go out off of Elmhurst for a corner.
That was a very close off of Elmhurst right there. It was very close to the corner right there. I've noticed we're getting a little lazy and a little sloppy right here. Right here, it was a pass. No one was going for it, and so I hope this doesn't play out through the entire second half.
Yeah, that'd be a large lapse for this team.
Be a good way to tie off this game nicely.
Corner kick played short to Hodina. Hodina tries to lay it negative to Williams, and Williams isn't going to be able to win it, and it's going to be a foul call in the box on Hodina. So it's going to be a free kick for
So that would be the
Corbell.
fifth foul for Wheaton so far this game. Elmhurst, yes, that would be the fifth. And Elmhurst has had 3 fouls so far this game.
Herman coming with the ball into the box, into Elmhurst box, lays it outside to Hodina. Hodina going to try to keep this in bounds, and she can't, so it's going to go out for an Elmhurst throw. Hodina leaves the ball on the far side for Elmhurst to throw it in, and they throw it in right back to her. She touches to Delatorre. Delatorre goes by one defender, tries to pass by another and can't. Caputo comes up with it. Caputo cuts it back, avoiding Delatorre as she does, and then plays it square across the field. Berg's going to get to this one before Elmhurst does. Berg has it coming in towards the top of the box, goes by one defender, and then the second defender touches it back all the way to Corbell as Corbell clears it.
That was quite a run right there. She muscled her way through maybe 2 defenders right there. Very close shot she could have had there.
Throw taken by Kishkunis on the near side. Throw goes into Williams. Williams cuts it back between her legs and then plays Turner in the middle of the field. Turner coming up, tries to split 2 defenders, and she's going to lose it to Caldwell. Caldwell plays the ball to Constantino. Constantino plays the ball upfield towards Wesley, but Hodina comes into possession of it. Hodina with it plays it with her right foot up in the air across midfield, and that's going to be taken by Dobies. Dobies plays middle of the field. Now coming up the field on the far side is going to be Carlson. Carlson lays it back, and then it gets a long booming clearance taken out of the air by Lidner in the back for Wheaton. If you're just joining us, about 37 minutes left in this game, in this second half. Wheaton holding a 5-0 lead on Elmhurst College. All 5 goals coming in that first half. Grove with good pressure on the far side, defending third of the field for Wheaton. Ball played middle towards the box, and Lidner with a touch on it. Touches it back outside. Grove has it at her feet, and she plays it on the ground to the line. Herman's going to come back and collect it, keep it from going out of bounds. Herman plays Delatorre. Delatorre turns past one defender and then plays square to Turner. Turner bringing the ball upfield now, lays it back to Kishkunis. Kishkunis touches back to Oliver. Oliver's got one defender on hard, and then plays upfield to Berg. Berg, who's got Kishkunis making an overlapping run, decides not to play her, and now she does. It's going to go too far, though. Long through ball rolls all the way back to Corbell.
Yeah, she had an opportunity to open up right there down the lane. Otherwise, she didn't take it.
Sometimes you got a lead like this, you want to try to hang on and try to create something else, and she looked over the top of the defense that time and just put a little too much on it. It was a good idea still. And the throw-in goes in off of Berg, so it's going to be Elmhurst with the ball on the near side of the field. Throw goes into Wheaton's box off of a one-time touch, and it's going to be cleared out by Lidner. Clearance goes to Grove now. Grove touches back to Kishkunis, and Kishkunis clears it. And that's a great header back upfield by Webster of Elmhurst. Webster's header goes up to Grove. Grove touch over to Kishkunis. Kishkunis with space in front of her, coming up on midfield. Plays a great through ball to Williams, running onto the ball, has it on her right foot in the box. Now plays with her left foot straight into the hands of Corbell. Great ball by Kishkunis.
Very, very nicely cleared over. This is perfect distance right there. Just those left foot shots are always very, very awkward.
That's right. She had it on her left foot and decided to take it instead of try to cut it back to her right. If she had tried to go right, the defender was going to be right there. So she did the right thing by taking that left-footed shot in the box. And Grove comes up with the ball in the middle of the field. Now it's touched outside by Elmhurst to Berg. Berg tries to trap it, and she does. She'll control it back to Oliver. Oliver plays middle of the field to Turner. Turner with a touch outside to Herman. Herman touches back middle of the field to Delatorre. Great possession by Wheaton, and just as I say that, Elmhurst comes into possession for a second. And now Caputo touches outside. Hodina's there, though. Hodina with the ball in the attacking third of the field. Plays to Herman. Herman plays outside to Delatorre. Delatorre with it on her left foot on the goal line. Now plays back across the box. Trying to hit Hodina. It's going to be taken out by Elmhurst. And cleared out finally by Webster, who had that massive header just a moment ago. Turner comes into possession of the ball in midfield. Plays back to Oliver. Oliver lays square across the field to Kishkunis. Kishkunis comes up the field, and she's got one defender in front of her. Sends Berg on a through ball. Another good ball by Kishkunis as Berg is in on goal. Herself and the keeper. Here comes the keeper. Berg plays it across the goal to Williams, and Williams touches it in off a defender.
Looks like the referee has...
It's either offsides or a goal.
Entering the game for Wheaton, number 15, Laura Sutton.
And it looks like it's going to be...
It is a goal. It is a goal.
Well, the scoreboard shows a goal, and yeah, the referee's ordering the ball back towards the middle of the field. So that's going to be a goal
we got
from Berg to Williams. So Williams picks up her second goal of the season off a Berg assist. And Berg and Kishkunis really teaming up well.
Yeah.
Good play from the midfield to the attack.
Yes, it was. Now, during that little break, we had a substitution, Laura Sutton coming in. Not quite exactly sure who she came in for. Coming in for Berg. And she will be playing on the right side, up in the tight end corner.
That's right, she's playing up on... She's going to be playing midfield. She's going to be playing left mid. Kishkun is staying at that right midfield position. So when Berg came out, Hodina moved up top. So Hodina is going to be playing where Berg was at top right striker position. It's going to be a throw for Wheaton in the attacking third of the field on the near side. Throw goes into Kishkunis. Kishkunis one times back to Hodina. Hodina with one defender in front of her. Tries to go through her, and defender comes away with it. Coming down the line now. Hodina applying pressure. Hodina goes down, and Kishkunis comes up with the ball. Kishkunis, little touch back and forth with the ball on the near side. Lays back to Hodina. Hodina plays it in the air, in the box, and into the hands of the keeper for the second half. That's Corbell.
There's another great example of midfielders providing support right there behind the strikers right there in the corner.
That's right.
Bringing it over.
Turner wins the ball in the air off the punt. Header goes up to Hodina. Hodina lays back to Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays on the ground in the midfield to Delatorre. Delatorre lays outside to Hodina. Hodina's got one defender in front of her. Plays Delatorre on a through ball. Delatorre coming into the box. Has got two defenders in front of her. Supported by Kishkunis. Kishkunis has it. She plays on the ground to the middle to Williams. Williams touches towards the middle of the box, and if Hodina was not offside, she might have been able to play that.
Just kind of walking back out of the way there, trying to avoid that offsides play.
Right, so if she decides not to play it, which she did, the offsides call is not called.
That's right.
Whereas it would have been if she had tried to put that one in. Caputo plays it far side to Carlson, still on Elmhurst's half of midfield. Carlson plays it in the air down the line, taken out of the air by Grove. Grove plays up to Sutton, and Sutton going to try to keep this in bounds, and it's going to go off of Elmhurst, so Sutton will have herself a throw.
We have a substitution. Caitlin Liebedor coming in for Laura Sutton.
About 32 minutes left in the second half. Wheaton with a 6-0 lead. 5 goals in the first half and 1 here in the second, scored by Williams on an assist from Berg, possibly a double assist with Kishkunis getting the ball in from the midfield.
Actually, that substitution was Mary Beth Grove coming in. I'm sorry.
Coming out?
Yes, coming out.
Right. So Liebedor is going to be playing that left back position. Hodina with the ball now coming into the box. She's got one defender in front of her, and Hodina is going to be knocked off the ball.
Oh, that was quite a little shove right
as it rolls out of bounds for a goal kick. And we're going to have another substitution. Chase Pounds checking into the game. You know what position she plays?
Not quite sure. I guess goalkeeper right here.
Yep.
Chase Pounds.
So she's going to get some time as Olsen comes off.
Here.
So off the field comes a former varsity tennis player, and onto the field a former varsity basketball player.
Wow.
This Wheaton team just loaded with athletes. Kishkunis has it in the attacking third, lays it over to Hodina. Hodina plays in the air across the box to Herman. Herman can't get a touch on it, and it's going to roll into the hands of the keeper, Corbell. Corbell with a high punt, just short of midfield. Touched by Caldwell. Caldwell's touch goes to Delatorre, though. Delatorre with it coming up on the attacking third of the field. Plays over to Herman, far side of the field. Herman touches it back around one defender, then tries to hit Delatorre, and her pass is going to be picked off and Running down the field is Elmhurst now. The numbers are pretty even, 4-on-4. Now about a 3-on-4. Wesley with the ball near the top of the box. Ball on her left foot, and that's going to be a good step by Lidner. And another good step by Lidner. She's just plowing through attackers right now. And then she loses it to Caldwell, but here comes Turner. Turner touches up to Williams, and Williams has it now in the middle of the field. Plays Hodina on the near side. Hodina with one defender in front of her. Goes right by her. Here comes another defender, and Hodina tries to take her towards the goal line. Now coming around trying to get a negative ball. Plays it back across the mouth of the goal and off of Elmhurst and out of bounds for a corner
That was
kick.
a very nice negative pass right there. Had to kind of like a desperate attempt, and she was able to get it over. Got a substitution coming in. Carrie Kishaba coming in for Erin
In the
Hodina.
game for Elmhurst, number 21, Emily Kiselek.
Moving up right striker, right?
Yeah, we'll see what position she plays. It should be clearer after this corner.
Yeah.
Sutton gets the ball off the short corner, played back to Herman. Herman plays it in the air, in the box, off the hands of the keeper, and out of bounds. So that's another shot on goal and a save.
Very nice, powerful
For
kick
Corbell.
right there.
Great strike by Herman. So another corner. We'll go to the other side of the field, the near side this time.
21.
Kick goes short from Kishaba to Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays Delatorre in the middle of the field, and then it's going to be right off of another defender, off of Delatorre's shot, and out of bounds for another corner. Wheaton with a little bit of constant pressure here on these corner kicks.
Defense
Wheaton
seems
corner
very worried right now.
4.
And Kishkunis to take the corner. Nobody lining up to show short for her, so she'll be playing this in the air. Ball goes in the air across the box, right past Delatorre, and then collected, shot on goal, and then knocked off the keeper. Herman, another shot on goal. Herman with 2 shots on goal before the keeper collects it.
Wow, that was extremely close right there. It's going back and forth. I have to say, their goalie did a very good job at that part right there.
So Herman knocked it right at Corbell. Corbell kind of touched it back up the middle of the box as Williams touched it back to Herman, and Herman took another rip on goal, and that one was collected by Corbell. She didn't want to give it back to him that time. Wheaton with the ball on the far side, now loses it to the defense. Geese has it. Geese clears it up to Delatorre, who plays it in the air to Herman. Herman lays back to Delatorre. Delatorre with Caldwell on her. 3 defenders on her, actually. And Elmhurst is going to come out of that one, as they should, with 3 defenders on Delatorre. And the clearance from the Wheaton defense goes to Kishkunis. Kishkunis plays near side to Kishaba, who just checked into the game. Kishaba has 2 defenders in front of her, and she's going to play it too far in front of her, but then wins it right back from the defense. Kishaba still coming in towards the top of the box, top corner of the box. And the Elmhurst defense is going to watch it right out of bounds. That's Jessica Webster. Wise decision there.
Yeah, she's had a couple of very saving plays in the last few moments
Checking into the
with
game for Elmhurst.
Wheaton
number 9,
offense
Sarah
pressuring,
Lund.
and she's been
Also
able to
checking
save
in
it and
number
kick it
20,
out.
Elise Cadone.
So
And
their
number
defense
22,
owes a lot to her
Heather
right
Devine.
there. Elmhurst is going to sub in about 3 of their players.
That's right. And thankfully sub out 3 as well. Or else this would be pretty one-sided numerically. Oliver with the ball here on the near side of the field, tries to hit Williams up top. Williams trying to possess it. Now lays it back to Delatorre. Delatorre turns past 1 defender. She's got Sutton on her left, plays Sutton, and it's going to go past the Elmhurst defense as Sutton thought it was going to be a good step by Dobies, as she thought Dobies was going to come up with it, but she was not able to. So it runs out of bounds. Dobies to take the throw. Throw goes in towards Sutton, laid back to Dobies. Dobies kicks it off of Williams to Sutton. Sutton with it on the far side, plays Williams. Sutton continuing her run. Little miscommunication, and the offsides is called on Wheaton.
Yeah, just a few unfortunate miscommunication plays up there. Otherwise, so now it's up in the corner.
So it's going to be a free kick for Geese on the far side of the field with about 25-30 left here in the second half. Wheaton holding a 6-0 lead over Elmhurst College.
Now, I'm wondering, when I was on a varsity team in high school, the coach said, you know, when you're losing a game by maybe 6 or so, it's really up to you just to seek your own glory and do the best you can to score. I'm wondering do you really see Elmhurst doing this right now? Had a couple of breakaway shots on the other side.
You're saying, do I see Elmhurst doing that with that mentality?
Yeah, with playing with that mentality at this moment.
I don't think so. I don't think they can afford to, because I think if they start thinking there's a shot by Delatorre off a defender, and that's going to go into actually out of bounds for another Wheaton corner. I think if Elmhurst starts playing for themselves, if they start playing individually, they're going to fall apart even more, and the goals are going to go up on the board, but it's going to be in Wheaton's favor. If you don't, this is a giant field. You cannot do anything by yourself on a soccer field.
Yes, it is very difficult like that.
Corner goes short. Kashaba has it. Coming in towards the middle of the box, plays over to Turner at the top of the box, and then it's going to be cleared out off of Turner's attempted shot. Delatorre with it now in the middle of the field. Delatorre tried to send Herman, and it's going to be picked off by the defense. And here comes Elmhurst with one of their counterattacks, sprinting down the far side. That looks like that is Dobies or Caldwell. Middle of the field, Wheaton comes up with it. Herman with it on the far side of the field. Herman touches middle of the field to Liebedor, and Liebedor puts it up down the line to Delatorre. Delatorre with Williams in the middle, and Herman making an overlapping run. Delatorre with a little heel flick to Herman. Herman lays it back to Delatorre near the top corner of the box. Delatorre still with it. She plays back across the middle of the field, trying to hit Kish Kunis, and Williams and the keeper go up, and the keeper comes down with the ball.
That's some very nice play right there. I like the little heel kick back action there.
Yeah, it was a great decision, great overlapping run by Herman. Ball rolls out of bounds near side, Wheaton throw in.
We got some substitutions. Kristen Clark coming in, as well as Laura Karsten also coming in.
And they're going to grab Lidner and Delatorre. So Clark is going to be playing in the back with Liebedor and Oliver. Oliver moves to that center back position.
This is going to change the defense up just slightly.
That's right. And there's a rolling shot on goal by Turner. It's going to be collected. Punt goes. Go ahead, Noah.
I was just about to say, like you were saying earlier, Wheaton team has depth right here with how many players they can bring in.
Right, Wheaton
level of skill.
With not even a whole lot of starters on the field. If you look, Karsten started this game. She's on the field right now. And, Herman came in, and there's a long shot wide of the goal by Elmhurst. You're going to start seeing some of those.
Yes. Looks as if that was our player Constantino right there, who's had the 5 goals so far this season. It's a pretty nice kick she had right there. But then again, it was pretty far out.
Had some strength on it, that's for sure. Karsten is the only starter remaining on the field for Wheaton right now, as she clears it upfield straight down the middle of the field. That's going to be taken out of the air by Webster, as Webster gets it touched back to her, and she takes it out of the air again. This one's touched to Kashaba. Kashaba coming on. Wheaton, 4-on-5, 4-on-4. Kashaba touches outside to Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis with it near the goal line. On her right foot, plays it in the air across the box into the hands of the keeper. Corbell coming up with another one.
Very nice crossover. Just a tad lower, but very, very nice indeed.
So good effort there by Kish Kunis as Kashaba gets it back on the near side of the field. Cuts it middle of the field and could send Williams on a run here. Her through ball gets deflected off of Webster and now touched up the field. And that's going to be a foul as Cudone goes down for Elmhurst.
6th foul for Wheaton so far in this game.
And if you're wondering, the Cubs are trailing 9-2 in the top of the 9th. 6-2, excuse me, in the top of the 9th.
9-2 would be quite a trail.
Be a bigger deficit. 6-2, top of the 9th. Cubs are trailing right now in game 1. Here's the free kick. Meanwhile, the Wheaton Women's Thunder team are leading Elmhurst College 6-0 with about 20 minutes left in this second half. Looking to collect their 9th win of the season. And Sutton has it on the far side. Plays middle of the field to Kashaba. Kashaba turns with it, and she's got Williams in front of her. Goes past one defender, then tries to play Turner, and her pass is going to be picked off. Paul has it. Paul touches it upfield to Cadone, who went down, got fouled earlier by Libador, I believe. Ball's cleared now to Kishkunis. Kishkunis has it with the defender in front of her. Kishkunis steps over the ball. Now trying to regain possession of the ball as it kind of dribbled away from her a little bit. Turns past one defender and passes to Kashaba, who made that overlap and run. Kashaba with the ball, cuts middle of the field, has two defenders in front of her, plays Williams. Williams has it. Williams with the ball near the top of the box, and she's going to lose it back to the Elmhurst midfield as streaking down that midfield line with an attempted through ball. It's going to be knocked right back to Wheaton's midfield. Turner with it. Turner loses it far side to Carlson. Carlson leaves it for Constantino. Constantino with it for Elmhurst and loses it middle of the field to Turner. Turner plays far side to Sutton, who has it right around midfield, far side. Her through ball is taken out of the air and headed right back to her. She and Carlson battling for it. Sutton wins it, now lays it back to Karsten. Karsten carrying it upfield past one defender, and then touched out of bounds as DeMoss just wanted to get that out of bounds before Karsten could continue upfield.
Looks like Erin Hodina will be coming in for Jamie Herman.
That's right, and we're going to see another keeper switch as Coach Felsky getting all four keepers into this game. Justine Morey checking in for Chase Pounds.
Number 23.
He is trying to get it. You know, I'm seeing a lot of change of possession in the second half, much more than there was in the first half.
Yeah, one of the reasons is Libador goes up over a defender and wins that ball out of the air. One of the reasons for that is you see fatigue start to set in on both sides of the field for both teams. This Elmhurst team with notably still more of their starters in the game than Wheaton. Wheaton with only Karsten in the game, who started the game, as it's going to be a clearance by the keeper Corbell, almost deflected off of Kishkunis. So one of the things is fatigue, but the other thing is it's late in the game and you got a lot of people coming in off the bench, and sometimes it takes a while. Get your feet warm, get your spot on the field, get in your position. Those outside players have really got to stretch the field for this 4-3-3 to work, and sometimes it's hard to make that work when you come right into the game.
We really need that spreading of the field on the offense and the offensive.
Kishkunis with a free kick into the box, into the hands of Corbell. We got about 17 minutes left in this one. Wheaton still with a 6-0 lead. Corbell's punt is taken out of the air by Sutton. Sutton touches it middle of the field to Turner, trying to win it. Turner loses it in the middle of the field to Knutson. Knutson plays far side, and I believe that's Caldwell with it. No, it's not Caldwell. It's Nelson. So Nelson's going to kick it off of a Wheaton defender out of bounds. She takes the throw. Nelson's throw goes in and off of Baskin. So it's going to be a Wheaton throw now and a Wheaton substitution.
Checking into the game for Wheaton, number 13.
Esther Tan will be seeing some action this game right here, coming in for Rebecca Oliver.
And with Esther Tan checking into the game, that should be every single Wheaton player has seen time this game.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Every player on the game roster has gotten into the game.
That's great.
Throws taken on the far side of the field, and one in the middle of the field by Karsten. Karsten has it, plays square to Clark, and she's going to be knocked down, actually. Karsten will.
The referee's calling that a foul.
Yep, so she takes a free kick far side to Sutton. Sutton has it, far side, now trying to hit Hodina up top and can't find her. So it's going to go out of bounds for an Elmhurst throw now. Again, if you want, you can follow this game's stats live online. Go to athletics.wheaton.edu. Go to the bottom right-hand corner of the page. There should be a live stats link. Click that, and that will take you to these stats as they occur. Pretty neat, actually. Keep track of all the shots on goal, fouls, red cards, all that stuff. We were talking earlier about that. You don't see many red cards in women's collegiate soccer. Elmhurst coming down the field into the attacking third now. Defended by Sutton, and Sutton wins it, far side. Plays it on the ground up to Hodina. Hodina trying to hit Sutton on a continuing run. and Sutton can't win it. Williams tried to come and help out, and she can't get it. Kisiolik has it, and then it's going to be heel flick off of Hodina, and Hodina coming down the far sideline with it, trying to plow through 2 defenders. She went through one and then could not get through Dobies.
It's like hitting a brick wall all of a sudden.
That's right. But Dobies knocked it out of bounds, so it's going to be a throw for Sutton on the far side as she stops to tie her shoe. What we were talking about, Noah, earlier was not many red cards in women's collegiate soccer.
Yeah, or men's. I haven't seen that many. Then again, I haven't seen that many games.
We saw at least one last year on the men's team. The only red card that I have seen in women's soccer this year has been a combination of 2 yellows, and that was earlier this season by an opposing team. That was actually during Wheaton's tie, I believe, against Calvin College. That was a 2-2. Eau Claire, actually, excuse me. Calvin, we pulled out a 2-1 overtime win on a goal by Turner right before the first overtime period ended. But the Eau Claire game, rather, we saw a red card to an Eau Claire player with a combination of 2 yellows.
And those were just 2 flagrant fouls, right?
Right, two challenges that really were a bit dangerous, so the referee awarded a yellow card in each instance, which amounted to a red. About 13:30 left here in the second half. It's going to be a free kick for Elmhurst in their defending third. Free kick taken, and it's possessed by Hodina on the far side. Hodina goes by 1 defender and then loses it to Geese. Geese coming up the sideline. She's going to, good step by Sutton, knocks it up to Hodina. Hodina with a little rollover pass back to Sutton, and it's going to go out of bounds off Elmhurst for a throw. And the referee moves her back a little bit. Sutton going to take this from...
Too much.
Yep, Sutton going to take this from a little further back on the field. Sutton's throw goes into Williams. Williams lays it back to Liebedor. Liebedor plays it back up to Sutton, who's on the sideline, comes towards middle of the field, gets it to Karsten. Karsten has it, far side, not quite in the attacking third. Now she is, as she goes by 1 defender, plays square to Hodina. Hodina turns with it, has it in the box, now plays square across the box, and that's going to be cleared out as Clark comes up with it. Clark plays square to Tan. Tan takes a shot on goal, 1 hop into the hands of Corbell.
It's a good shot, a little too far out again, though.
She saw her opportunity, though, and she took it. I like that.
Yep. Initiative.
And Tan trying to make a tackle in the middle of the field. She'll get it to Kashaba. Kashaba has it near the bottom of Wheaton's circle. Kashaba plays it upfield and is going to try to hit Kishkunis on a through ball. Kishkunis battling with Sarah Lund. Kishkunis and Lund still battling on the near side of the field. It's going to go off of Lund, so Kishkunis and Wheaton wins that throw-in. Attacking third of the field. Tan to take the throw. Throw goes into Kashaba. Kashaba with 1 defender in front of her. Plays back to Tan, then gets right back from Tan. And comes middle of the field. It's going to be taken by DeMoss. For Elmhurst. DeMoss plays over far side, intercepted by Hodina. Hodina plays back across the field to Kashaba. Kashaba goes past Kisiolik. And then it's going to be cleared actually off of Elmhurst into their own box, into the hands of Corbell. Little danger there.
Yeah, it was one of those offender kind of collision with the goalie. Those are never very... They're pretty messy.
Kishkunis touches middle of the field towards Williams, and Williams can't get it. It's going to be DeMoss with it. DeMoss plays it over upfield, and then it's going to be batted right back across midfield for Wheaton possession. Kishkunis with it. Kishkunis trying to go by Lund on the near side of the field, on the sideline, now trying to take her goal line. Plays it across the field, across the box, and it's going to go out of bounds before it gets to the near post.
Just petered out before it got there too far.
Kishkunis has got some speed. Lund is matching it right there, though.
I kind of noticed. Then again, it is getting later in the game. Fatigue starts to kick in right there. But I'm still seeing those sprints. It's the result of long hours of just jogging continuously.
Oh, please, Brett, keep coming.
Conditioning. How important is that? It's pretty evident, Noah,
Yes.
when you see a team that is well conditioned as opposed to a team that isn't. And both teams actually Wheaton is very well conditioned, and Elmhurst is actually, I would say the majority of them are in pretty good shape as well.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of very good sprints by Courtney Constantino and Caldwell as well. They had some very good sprints and some shots outside the box.
It's going to be cleared by Liebedor, straight up the middle of the field. Clearance goes to Baskin, though, and Baskin's going to lay it far side to Nelson. Nelson going to try to get across in, and Liebedor trying to save it from going out for a corner, sliding. She's going to kick it off the end of the goal line, though, so it's going to be a corner kick for Elmhurst. As Elmhurst runs in some fresh legs, 5 pairs actually. Less than 10 minutes left.
5 substitutions at once. It's got to tell you something.
Elmhurst corner kick.
Yeah, but actually starters coming back onto the field.
Now in the game for the Blue Jays, number 27,
yes, right.
Hannah Schmitz, number 22, Laura Perry, also into the game for Elmhurst. Number 17, Sarah Lockhart, and number 2, Natalie Sheldon.
Okay, so the only starter coming back onto the field is Sheldon, senior midfielder. And the corner kick is taken in one out of the air by Kish Kunis. Ball goes up to Williams. Williams has got 4 defenders in front of her and one on her back. Now plays it far side to Hodina. Hodina is going to watch this roll out of bounds ahead of her for an Elmhurst throw. Wheaton again leading this one 6-0 with about 8:30 left in the second half. Hodina just got flattened on the far side of the field. It's going to be a foul on Elmhurst as she's right back up and jogging down the field. Carson's going to take this free kick.
Moving up the offense right there.
That's right. Carson's free kick goes in, now towards the middle of the field. Shot on goal. Good shot by Kristen Clark. It's going to be saved, though.
Very nice intent, though. Very nice.
So Corbell comes up with it. Corbell's punt is high. It's going to drop around midfield. Taken out of the air by Clark. Headed up towards Kish Kunis. Kish Kunis going to try to win it from Perry. And then Williams actually does for a moment and then loses it. Comes far side of the field now. Sutton with the ball. Touches middle of the field. It's going to be taken by Elmhurst. Coming up for Elmhurst on this near side is Paul. Paul tries to give a through ball down the middle, and that's headed right back by Liebedor. High ball in the air. Comes into Wheaton's defense and taken out by Turner. Turner has it on the ground on the far side. She's got Hodina line. Plays Hodina too far in front of her, out of bounds. Elmhurst throw. And Clark's shot that we had a moment ago was Wheaton's 30th shot of this game.
My goodness, that is quite a shot. How many? What's the highest you've seen?
I believe this year we've had 38. That was in our last home game. Maybe not our last home game. It was against UW Stevens Point, I believe. We had 38 shots. So we'll have to check on that, but I believe 38 is the high this season.
It's a good number of shots, 30 right now. I wonder if we could squeeze 8 more in 6 minutes.
It'd be very impressive. Corbell comes up with the ball in the box for Elmhurst. Corbell with a high punt. Clark with a attacker rather, right in front of her. Keeps the attacker in front of her and pushes the ball upfield. Williams with the ball in the box, then loses it. Coming out is Elmhurst, and it's going to go off of Elmhurst as Kishkunis applied good pressure. Kishkunis is going to take a throw on the near side of the field in the attacking third. Kishkunis' throw goes into Kashaba. Kashaba lays it back to Tan. Tan with a shot high, dropping on goal and picked out of the air as that was going to fall in the goal. Another good save for Corbell.
And Mighty with a nice little curve added to it. That was a very good shot. She had another one like 5 minutes ago that was very good on her part. Ooh.
Kishkunis with the ball near the top of the box, takes a rip past the keeper and just wide of the goal.
Perfect opportunity right there. Defenders left her wide open on the right side.
It's good ball rotation.
Yes.
And this just in from our statisticians, John Pohl and Rusty Lindsay. It is final at Wrigley Field. The Cubs lost this first game, dropped it to LA 7-2. And John Pohl says, what a shame. The Twins fan. Goal kick is taken out on the far side. It's going to go off of Sutton, so it's going to be a throw for Elmhurst with 5 minutes left exactly here in the second half. Wheaton still leading this game 6-0. 5 of the goals were in the first half and 1 here in the second half. Turner trying to win the ball in Wheaton's defense. Now passes back to Kishaba. Kishaba plays up the field towards Williams. It's going to be headed back into play by Boyle. Boyle gets it to Sheldon, and Sheldon plays it far side. Elmhurst looking to attack here, maybe get it all the way over to the weak side and put something in. It won't happen, though, as Clark comes up with it. Clark up to Hodina. Hodina has it back to Clark. Clark with it in the midfield, coming up across midfield on the ground. Now plays over to trying to hit Williams. Williams was too far out in front of it. Elmhurst defense is going to have it. Sheldon with it. Sheldon plays far side. And Elmhurst coming up the far sideline now. And that's sent down the line to Sutton. And Sutton keeps it in bounds and plays to Hodina. Hodina coming up on midfield, now across midfield, goes by one defender, now plays Williams in the middle of the field. Williams turns back to the goal, now facing the goal, tries to send Kishkunis on a through ball. That would have been nice. Knocked back by the defense. Carson with the ball in the middle of the field, touches around one defender, now plays Clark. Clark keeps it going to Kishkunis. Kishkunis one-times it to Kishaba, and then continues her run and gets it back from Kishaba. Kishkunis with the ball in the attacking third, coming up on the goal line, tries to go by one defender. Now plays Kishaba. Kishaba with the ball on the right side of the box. Now comes into the box off of one defender, and a charging Corbell will collect the ball in the box.
Well, some good maneuvering over there, getting around the defense, some tight spots.
Corbell came up with it, though, keeping this Wheaton lead at 6 with 3 minutes left in this game in regulation. Punt goes up around midfield. That's going to be possessed by DeMoss. DeMoss has it, plays it upfield straight in front of her to Cadone, and Cadone loses it to Tan. Tan plays it on the ground up to Kishkunis. Kishkunis sends a through ball to Williams, and Williams may be in for her second goal of the game. One touch in front of her, and then past the goalie and wide of the goal.
Oh, it's just those 1-2 touches that were just a little too much. Stretched the ball a little too farther in front of her, and she could have had her second goal of the game. And very nice through ball, though.
Great through ball by Kishkunis, and Williams with her second touch just a bit too far out in front of her. Corbell did just what she was supposed to do, and that's charge off her line. Takes the goal kick now. Kick goes in and drops around midfield. Sutton's going to take it out of the air. It's going to be a foul, though, on Wheaton in the middle of the field. That's going to be either on Clark or Karsten. So it's going to be a free kick for Elmhurst in the middle of the field.
See if they can gain some sort of advantage right here. Slight, maybe one goal, like their last game that they had last year, where they met us here, Wheaton. It's a 6-1 game.
That's right. Wheaton defeating Elmhurst last year in the 2007 season, 6-1. One of their many victories that season. One of their 27. Thank you, Mr. Pohl. No losses. Yeah, 27-0. That was a great season. This is a promising season as well, as Wheaton's really, really playing well. It's going to be a throw-in for Elmhurst on the far side. About a minute 30 left in this one. Wheaton leading 6-0. Throw goes in and upfield a little bit. It's going to go to Sheldon in the middle of the field, then cleared out by Clark. Clark's clearance is taken out of the air and headed backwards by Boyle towards the keeper, and the keeper is going to come out, and Corbell clears it down the field. Corbell's clearance is taken out of the air by Paul. Paul flick on header to the Wheaton defense, and Turner possesses it. Turner tries to go by Paul, nutmegs her, and then goes by her. Hits Kishkunis on the line. Kishkunis has it, one defender in front of her, then plays another great through ball to Williams. Kishkunis really just pinpointing these passes tonight, and Williams is going to lose it to the defense. Near side of the field, Kishkunis has it. Plays Kishaba, rather, on the near side, and Kishaba sends Kishkunis. So Kishkunis with it in the attacking third of the field. One defender on hard, and that's going to go off of Kishaba, as neither player, defender nor Kishkunis, was able to get a foot on that.
Doggedly doing it, though. They're counting the seconds. They got 20 here.
That's right. 20 seconds left in this game. Wheaton is looking to move to 9-1-1 on the season. Goal kick goes out of bounds off of Wheaton on the near side. And this should wrap it up, about 10 seconds left. Kashaba has it, turns back up the line. She's going to be tripped from behind. No foul called as there's 2 seconds left on the clock. Kicked into Elmhurst backfield, and that'll do it. Your final for this game is Wheaton College 6, Elmhurst College 0. Wheaton moves to 9-1-1 on the year, sending the Blue Jays to 5-4. Wheaton is now 2-0 in conference, and their next game is going to be on Friday against Aurora University. That's going to be home at 4:30, followed up by a men's game, which is going to be at 7 o'clock. So come out and see them on Friday at 4:30, because let me tell you, from then they're going to be gone. They're going to be on the road. Their next home game after Friday, which is at 4:30, is going to be against Dominican University, and that's on the 21st of this month. So
appreciate it while you can.
That's right.
Weekend games are always the best, especially when you got 2 straight in a row.
That's right, and you might not believe it, but we are over the halfway point of the season now, as coming into this game, Wheaton had played 10 games and had 10 left on the schedule in the regular season before the CCIW playoffs. And winning here is their 11th game, so they got 9 left. We're already up over the hill.
My goodness, it's coming. The end is near.
What were the, before we get you the final statistics, Mr. Pickens, what were the keys to the game?
Well, I think Wheaton really ended this game really well. They kept their heads up, and they were able to make all those substitutions and get every player in. Like you said, every player on the team was able to see some action today in the game. And they kept the endurance up, no goals let in, and they had a couple of really great through balls and some great shots on goal. And defense-wise, like we said at the beginning of the game, watch out for those that are good scorers, such as Constantino and Caldwell. But I saw some great defense on Wheaton's side, shutting down those players as they had a couple of breakaways. But I saw some great defense in this game.
And Wheaton, again, moving to 2-0, their conference record. Their next conference game is going to be against North Park University at North Park University on the 6th. And that will start a string of 3 conference matches in a row on the 6th, the 9th, and the 15th before they travel down to Texas to play Trinity University. And that should be a very trying game for this team. Trinity University, again, a very solid women's soccer team. And we're going to get these stats for you in a moment, and possibly Coach Felsky as well, as the fans empty the stadium. Wheaton again winners 6-0 today over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. And I believe Coach Felsky is going to be coming up now. Noah, what's one thing, what would you say Wheaton could improve on in this game?
Let's see. Towards the second half, like we were saying, there's just a tad more little sloppiness there. There's some good ideas, but then following through with those passes could have helped clean up their game just a tad more. And but other than that, I wouldn't say much. What would you think?
Yeah, I think I'd have to be with you. I'd like to hear Coach Felsky's take on it when he gets up here, actually. Really a solid performance all around for Wheaton, solid 90 minutes of soccer. And if you're watching this online, we're going to pan in a moment here as Coach Felsky, when he comes up here, still talking with the team down on the field right now. And here are some end-of-the-game statistics for you. Wheaton, 5 goals in the first half, 1 in the second half. Goals were scored, 2 by Allie Kopelman on 3 shots. She also had an assist on the game. He had a goal by Jamie Orweiler. Brittany Berg, who also picked up an assist on the game. Kleinstra had a goal. Delatorre had an assist. Taryn Lee had 2 assists. And another goal was scored by Mackenzie Williams. That was the last goal of the game. And we got Coach Felsky now. So, no, I'm going to ask you to remove your headset momentarily. Here you go, Coach. All right, Coach. We're being interviewed here on WETN TV. Okay. You came away from this one, victors 6-0, second conference game of the season. You got everybody in the game. What does that mean for your team?
We needed to get some players rested tonight. We've got a few kids banged up pretty good. Jamie Orweiler, Lauren Mosier, even Taryn Lee's not quite 100% yet, but it's gets those players resting and gets everybody else some experience. And we need that. The further we go this year, we're going to need everybody able to contribute. And tonight was a good opportunity to get everybody some good experience and playing time.
Now, we look at this game and really executed well early, as evidenced by the 5 goals in the first half. What would be one thing that you tell your team, we need to improve on this?
Wow, I think we just need to find a little consistency in that area. We started well last game against Chicago. Tonight was another good example of that, and if we can continue to do that, we'll be okay. Tonight we played a team that probably didn't have the ability that we had, but they came to play us. There was a lot of space on the field. We need to continue to take advantage of those opportunities. And when we have an opportunity to break people down one-on-one in that space, we can be effective. So we need to start doing what we do well a little bit more consistently. We'll be all right.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck on Friday against Aurora.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. Talk to you then. That was Coach Felsky. I'm Noah Helm. Joined alongside me today was Noah Pickens, and we had this game covered. 6-0 final as the Wheaton Women's Thunder soccer team, our victors here, move to 9-1-1 on the season. Again, come out on Friday as we'll be playing Aurora University in our last home game for a couple weeks, so come out and support them then. This has been a production of WETN Sports. I'm Noah Helm. Noah Pickens, back to you in the studio, Jacob.
Thank you, Noah. And once again, Wheaton coasted to the victory tonight over Elmhurst College. And just a reminder to those of you listening,